maps.
What were you saying, Karen?
At that same time, we're gonna know, we're gonna push stuff out to their maps and to their Facebook or their Instagram. We can set all that at once, because there's a lot of people that think that we're doing that because we say it. That it can be done, but it's a separate process. And it's literally only a small percentage of people actually have that done. I think we can do it, it's done, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't have.
I got your job description already.
And we record the call and put it in your customer.
I like that, yeah.
This is what we talked about.
So I'm somebody that doesn't like it just left like that. So is that what you're moving forward with? Is Andy now your customer service onboarding and you're inviting the lady from, what's her name?
Iris.
Iris, and Andy and Iris are doing all the onboarding Zooms, and whoever's on the first call, Karen, you're getting them scheduled on that, and it's on Andy and Iris's calendar. Does that work, or are we still staff shortage?
Well. We don't necessarily. Log in, they might sign up over on Sunday afternoon on their own. In progress.
Who's the same time?
Covering multiple areas, and then you hire.
Has to sit in and learn that.
Yeah.
process.
It's
You need to know.
Even Travis did fill all the boxes, being this business. Putting other people in.
Picked up hats, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Here's what, Andy, here's what I pulled up, this page had like a perfect description. And characteristics and requirements.
I like empathy.
That's what I.
Oh.
Thing on doing stuff.
Can we not frustrate him to be able to do that? And then- Like, if-
So then you have to ask, is that you or is that not somebody you gotta hire?
With Andy, like, one of them with Andy for a period amount of time, just to make like it become a routine.
But I think the whole idea is that you have somebody working while you're still working.
Okay.
So it's-
What's your email? Andy at Collaborate Pros.
You know, And that's like the jails and my nursing house off. I just really don't even know what's happening, and customers don't know who they're supposed to call. That's very obvious in some of the.
Well, Joe's in California yet.
Could have sent out.
Like, how many times I have to sit down with her just to answer email that she gets is. All time, so.
Is it working and then?
But we just go through it together and then we end up building that FAQ sheet.
Not helping.
So it's just putting me back into it instead of me just answering. Which I don't expect her to be able to just answer it. Yeah, we have an answer. Doesn't know if we've got resources you can use yet.
Oh, Luis left.
That's our waiting.
You got on there.
You didn't accept them?
Gotta do what?
Well, when I hit admit, then they're in, so. Who's Trevor? Angela, how are you?
Oh, I got off a plane, got home like 5 minutes before my show.
Oh, how'd your show go?
Really good.
Nice, nice. We are, I'm gonna turn my computer around. We've got a room full of people here. Oh, this is better.
Hello, team.
Got Marilyn, Travis, Karen, Andy, and Max.
Oh, it's just say hi this way.
Hello. Yeah, and then the big screen's over there, so it's kind of hard to let a couple people in here.
And Trevor, I asked, there we go, there's Trevor. Trevor, is awesome about talking about, VAs, so I asked him to join and share some stuff.
Somebody turn the
That's
volume up.
well.
Trevor, what? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Our TV volume's kind of low.
Yeah, he's right, Trevor's right there. I asked Trevor to come, help me present on VAs. This is
Yes,
really awesome.
cool. How's it going, Trevor?
So-
Good, man. How are y'all?
So it's not just me that has a
Good.
company of VAs, that we have some extra perspective as well, so. You
Nice.
haven't
We had
met-
one of our roofers on a minute ago and he jumped off before we went live. Would have been nice to have him on.
I can text them.
Hey, Sandy, how are you? Yeah, you can text him if you want, Karen.
May I ask you guys a question? We're not live, right?
We're not live.
Can
We,
you hear me sniffling?
No.
All right, good. I was worried about that. My allergies, I don't know what happened today. I just woke up
Where you live, Trevor? Where are you from?
south of Myrtle Beach on the coast in South Carolina.
Okay. I think I've asked you that before. We
Oh.
got David Bertrand on, my brother.
Hey,
David's
what's up,
like
guys?
That's a finger point. My goodness.
Him and I both have the same birthday, just probably born in different decades, right?
And you just
Right,
looking at yourself.
November 13th, can't forget it, buddy.
Check it out, David. We've got a nice group going here. We were actually working
Nice.
on your site today. Right?
Beautiful.
Windowcleaning.ca. So getting some love going your way. That's pretty cool, huh?
I love it. Yeah, no, everything. You guys do great work. That when it's on, baby, the juice is on.
Yeah, Angela's going to kind of run this show today. We're probably going to be on here for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then we got to grab lunch here. I'll let Angela finish it, and for that we thank you. But let's talk a little bit about everybody's weekend, Memorial Weekend. Sandy, did you have fun on your Memorial Weekend? What'd you do?
It was low key and nice.
Yeah, sometimes those are the best, huh? Angela, what'd you do for Memorial Weekend?
it was a little hiccupy. So
Yeah.
we were in Omaha. We were gonna spend the Memorial Day weekend in Omaha, and then we got a call. JC's dad was in the hospital, so we jumped on a plane. He was in Omaha. We jumped on a plane back to North Carolina and spent the weekend so we could be there with his dad. And then I just told you, I just got off a plane and in front of my computer.
Oh, wow. Oh, man. Well, his dad's okay.
Yes, he is okay now. So
That's good. That's good. And you had a wedding over the weekend too, right?
we had a wedding on Friday. Yeah, my niece got
Oh,
married
all
on
right.
Friday.
Wow, what a busy weekend.
You got married on Friday?
But thank goodness
You
for,
got married, Angela? Aaron says you
I
got
did
married.
not
But they got married weeks ago. They just don't know it yet.
No, I did not get married.
Okay.
Okay.
I saw that thing today on Collaborate, the proposal thing, where do you prefer proposal in private or a
I
public
didn't see that.
proposal? That's one of the posts.
What
that
is
went out
that
today, and
question?
Married, I'm like, what? Okay, sorry.
All right. How about you, David? Do you guys celebrate Memorial Weekend in Canada or no?
Well, I mean, we do, because our American friends, we do drink American beer on weekends and that kind of thing.
But not Bud Light. But not Bud Light.
Yeah, not Bud Light, not Bud Light. But we actually had a pretty cool, like, American thing happen. I got two boys. I've got two boys, and my youngest is 10, and he decided he wanted to join like tackle football, right? So, all right, we said, okay, like just in case you get a full ride to like a D1 school, you go for it, Cole. Anyways, he scored like 4 touchdowns and like tackled everybody on Sunday. And there was a a big write-up about him in the paper, and I had all these coaches coming on being like, how long has your son been playing for him? And I looked at my clock, I'm like, whoa, about an hour and 15 minutes, like this is his first game, right? So it was pretty cool, pretty cool.
How old is he?
Cole is 9.
Wow, 4 touchdowns, man. Uh-oh. Uh-oh,
And
where'd you
it's
get
pretty
out?
funny, like in grade 4, like they're just like a bunch of bobbleheads, right, with their helmets and their shoulder pads are out like this, so it's pretty cute to see him, but he loved it, so I guess we're gonna be a football family now, hopefully.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's super cool.
Yeah.
I don't think our text message went out. Did you get a text message that the show was starting, Angela?
No,
I know, I was just in the the text platform and says it went out, but I don't see that it went out, so.
Yeah, I didn't get one. I was speaking to Karen about it, but I didn't get one from you guys.
All right, so I'm gonna make a list of who's on the call. We got Sandy, we got David.
I was like, holiday week, we're a little shorter and people don't know what day
Mac.
it is yet.
Mac, chime in. Where are you from and what company are you with?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm working with Best Roof now for James
Best roofing now?
Turner.
Okay,
Yes.
nice. And we've got Luis.
Hello?
Luis is from roofing services now, right?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I should have muted my microphone. Sorry, I didn't know. Yeah, thank you guys for, I think it's, I'm not sure. I think it's probably the first time that I attend these meetings. Unfortunately, I missed
Nice.
more in the past. But yeah, I'm here to, this was a very interesting topic for me, which is the virtual assistant. So I just wanted to hear what we can get out of this meeting,
Yeah, well, Luis, Angela, I don't know if she's on the top left of your screen. She runs a virtual assistant business, and she has placed some in roofing companies, and they've been very successful. I know with Collaborate, we use some of Angela's VAs as well. It's just such a great way to leverage your time and leaving the mundane tasks and the repetitive tasks to somebody who absolutely loves and enjoys doing it, and you can do a better job running your business. You could probably explain it better than I can, Angela, so I'll let you go.
Yeah, so we're excited to talk about virtual assistants today and all the things. And then I've asked Trevor to come on here with me so we could kind of tell you both sides of it, of not just me bragging about our awesome team and why I think everyone should use virtual assistants, but he can share his unique story as well. So as David said, I have a company called Unique Genius Virtual Assistants, and we help all kinds of different business owners and business professionals focus on doing what they do best, working in their, what I call and coin unique genius, working in their strength zones, things that they are passionate about, that they love to do, and tasks that are getting them closer to their mission, vision, and goals, and delegate the rest through the use of virtual assistants. So I first started working with people in the Philippines when I was doing a project at another company. I was with helping an accounting firm implement Traction, and they brought on a team of 12 CPAs from the Philippines. And I had the opportunity that we worked with them through a company called The Outsourced Accountant. And that company was founded by Nick Sinclair and is out of Australia, and really one of the biggest outsourcing companies, and that did it well early. So people have been outsourcing CPAs for quite a while. And I had the opportunity to study under him, which is important because he has a team of, I think, almost 5,000 in the Philippines. And I got to study really closely with him one-on-one and study how to do that culture piece well, and things that were different and unique to not only the Philippines, but to outsourcing and how you matched them with US companies. So that was my beginnings in the space. And saw that it could be used not just for accounting, but as COVID happened and we all learned that we could have people in our organizations that didn't have to be in our physical presence, that how could we use those people in other roles as well, as everyone else was doing that. So we place, I'm going to talk about a few different opportunities with virtual assistants, and then Trevor can talk about his experience. JC is on here now, and he's going to chime in too. So we'll tell a few different stories about them and then give you guys a lot of opportunities for questions as well.
Hey, can I cut in really quick? Angela,
Yeah.
before you get going, I've got a couple people on here that I want to give credit for being on here. Mark and Noah, can you guys let me know what business or what company you're with? Noah's what?
Smooth.
Noah's Smooth Flow.
Yep. Yeah.
All right.
Hey,
Nice.
sorry, I was
to meet you, Noah.
I know, we're glad to have you here.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm glad I
Mark,
was
who-
able to join.
Mark B.
Brock
Yeah, actually,
Insurance Group.
oh, I'm sorry. You're with what?
Brock Insurance Group.
Big, is that Big Brock?
Big, yep.
Big Brock Insurance Group. That's right. I'm gonna turn my computer around a little bit. We got some of our Collaborate team here. We're doing a big meeting today, and I know this is Brock. This might be your first time, or Mark, your first time or second time. But Mac
Yeah,
and
second.
Noah, I'm going to take you guys to our leaderboard really quick, because we like to give you guys. I'll pull it up here. Give you guys credit for showing up and entering you into the drawing, and then we're going to have a $25,000 giveaway in October, right? So you'll get 5 points for showing up today, and you see these start leading up and
Along the process.
Yep. And we're going to have fun with it. So I'm just going to make sure I'm giving you guys all credit for being here. Cool. Sorry for interrupting, Angela. I just wanted to do the housekeeping
Oh, no,
stuff.
I didn't see that. Did the leaderboard change? I was like, I was not.
It
looking at
did.
that.
Yeah. JC's no longer a leader. We got David Hamill from All Washed Up's got 152 points. We got Jonathan Maynard. There's JC at 121. American Services, 119, All Pro. Sandy, you're here at 103. So also, I don't know if you're aware, Noah or Mark, that we're having a big Collaborate Live in Arizona in October. So anyway, it's going to be fun. That's where we're going to all get together. We're going to hang out, and we're going to give away a lot of money. We're going to give away probably more knowledge and information than money. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Cool. Well, I'll let you get back to it, Angela. Sorry for interrupting.
No, that's the leaderboard and points are all important too, and welcoming people. So we're glad to have all of you that it's your first time joining with us.
Are we doing a giveaway today? We should do a giveaway today since we got some new people on.
I did post in the group. I was like, don't tell Dave we're doing a giveaway.
Yeah. Angela doesn't like to give stuff away, but I love it. So we'll give away at the end of this call, let's give away what, 20 points today? 20 points
Sure.
sounds good, right? 20 extra points. And Sandy, you're usually the winner because you're always here. That's awesome. But I'll let Angela take it away.
Awesome. So back to the world of virtual assistants. And I'm going to describe a couple different roles that virtual assistants do in our company. And then, like I said, I'm going to let JC and Trevor take it over, talk a little bit about their experiences. And then I want you guys all to have the ability to ask questions. So in our company, our VAs are sourced, like I said, mostly from the Philippines. We have some in Kenya as well. And since my initial experience, I have just always been impressed with they are, I say, humble, hardworking, and brilliant, and really driven to partner with the business owner or business that they're with to drive success. And that's what I love so much about their culture is their work ethic and that immediate buy-in to drive success. So whether it be an executive assistant that I'll talk about, or someone that is replacing somebody in your business. So we do a lot of replacing admins or admin tasks, or maybe marketing roles or bookkeeping roles in businesses. They are a team member just like somebody else in your team. With us, we do things a little bit differently than some other virtual assistant businesses. We not only recruit for you, so you use a business like us to find you a perfect team member. So we find you someone that is a match for the skill set that you are looking for. So if you're looking for someone to help with admin in your office, that you might need them to be a QuickBooks expert or be able to answer the phone and have great client relation skills, be able to walk someone through the sales process. We figure out what the role that you are looking for is, and then find someone that is a match to that. We also try and find someone that is a match personality-wise. And one of the biggest things that we call it is pace of play. So if somebody is matched with, if you're looking for a team member, they need to be able to match to your energy. So sometimes people will, like, my energy is different. And I would say a lot of you on the call as business owners are visionaries in your business and probably communicate to an assistant in ways that you are communicating big ideas and you want them to figure out how to do it. That's different than somebody that has all the processes in place and they want a team member that just follows the process. So we try and find somebody that is the match of that energy too. Do you want somebody that is going to come to the table and find solutions and create the process? Or do you want somebody that's going to follow the process in place? Then we help once the matching is done, then we help you by onboarding your team member. So after today, I have some new clients that are onboarding people. We get on a Zoom. We help with the onboarding process and all of the checklist of trying to seamlessly get you together with your new team member and make sure that they're the perfect fit for your organization and that goes well. And then the team member and you both stay part of a partner relationship with our company. So instead of just saying, here's your new virtual team member, have a nice time, we believe it's important that they get to stay a part of a culture of people that are doing the same thing. So Shine, my executive assistant, is on here. She is a fabulous rock star. And she, as well as the other people in our company, get to stay a part of being part of weekly huddles, of groups, and just daily things that are going on. So they get to be, like I said, a part of a team and a company, a family, a tribe of people doing the same things. That also is important for our team-based approach, so that when you have an assistant or working with a virtual assistant that say they have a certain skill set, you have somebody that is working maybe as an office manager or your admin, and they're doing everything for QuickBooks for you, they're managing your CRM, but you need a tweak done on your website or you need some graphic design done. They can find someone on our internal team that has a skill set to get sort of any project that you need done. So I love that about our team-based approach. So like I said, we place a lot of skill-based things that are like accountants. Dave said we have a lot of great VAs that are on the Collaborate team that are great web developers, great project managers, and people that are specialists in bookkeeping or specialists in marketing that we place in different roles. But two of the most popular that I'm going to talk about, because it affects the home services industry, are an executive assistant, an overall executive assistant, and then an admin for a home services business. An executive assistant is, I need to come up with a better term than executive assistant. Shine, you can put me on that task. Shine is really my partner in making sure I do what I'm supposed to be doing and managing me. So not just taking tasks off of my plate of things that I think need done. She does that as well.
Could
manages
you
my
call her an
calendar.
executive? Could you call her an executive partner and instead of an executive assistant? That
That's a
sounds
good
better. Right?
executive partner.
There you go.
That's a good idea. I think I want even more creative name, but I do like that one, Dave. So we can let's go with that for now. So she manages my email, makes sure responds to all my email, my Facebook messages, social media, calendar, sends calendar invites, sets up appointments for me, orders things, does all the things that I want to get off my plate that I said aren't in that unique genius, the things that I shouldn't be doing, but also is in charge of me. I mean, and I literally can't, JC can attest to this. I don't even know how to book my own travel anymore. It's like, I have forgotten how to do regular tasks because she so effortlessly does them for me that I don't even know where my own information is or how to do things. So I'm lost on the weekend because I forgot how to function and look things up because she does things so effortlessly. But she also makes sure and puts in front of me like our top priorities. So we know things that we meet and know things in our business and in my brand that are important to me that I'm moving ahead, what I call high level initiatives. And she keeps track and is on me of, are we moving those things forward? This is what you said your goals were. This is what you said you were committed to. And am I doing a good job of executing those things or not? Are we reaching the goals in everything that I'm doing? So Collaborate Live and being a part of growing this community is one of our top initiatives. Am I doing a good job of that? Am I doing everything that I said I was supposed to do and keeping me on that? And so it's so much more and grows into so much more than you can possibly imagine and makes you, I think, makes your life magic. I could talk about that one forever, but I'll let Trevor and JC get on that. And then the next one is, and we've been working in this space for a while, but are growing it even more rapidly, is admins in the home services space. And it began with people in the roofing community, in my own community in Omaha, Nebraska, people that had an office manager, a physical person in the office. And when for some reason that person left, and it was a pretty skilled position, like a $50,000 a year plus position that they were trying to replace, they said, is this something that you can do? With the first two that were in my community, it was a little fun, I'm going to say, because they were not paperless in any sort of capacity. So I had to come in and help them change their processes and figure out how to be paperless. But we've very successfully replaced the office manager with two people that were in both of those businesses in Omaha that were virtual. And then that just expanded to a lot of other roofing companies first. And then I, at the time, was really involved in the lawn and landscape industry. So people in my network in lawn and landscape were like, hey, I need an admin. I don't have one yet. Can I start with a virtual assistant? And we kind of began copying the model that we had used in the roofing industry and are now doing it all over. So when I say office manager, they took over at those. It's like I started at the top with the top roles, virtual assistants doing absolutely everything. And then we placed ones that are maybe in more support positions. Those ones that do everything for QuickBooks. Like they are the bookkeeper, do absolutely everything, bill pay, payroll, reconciling, absolutely everything for QuickBooks. And I knew that. So we found someone that was a certified QuickBooks Pro in that case, do everything with their CRM. So when they have new clients, they are answering the phone, they are getting people into the CRM. They might connect them with the salesperson in both of those roofing companies. They do to get them through that sales process. But then they are doing everything from ordering all the materials to matching them to that job, to pulling the permits from the city, to matching it with insurance. And both of those do a little bit of their social media management as well. And so really everything, and reconciling, when I was saying back to QuickBooks, they are both managing over 8 salespeople. So they're rather large roofing companies and do all of it, and are both growing to the point I think they'll need another admin below them. but it was when we first started in that space, I was like, this is a lot. This is a very skilled position to answer the phone, be able to do all of the client experience and be that knowledgeable in QuickBooks. But we found people and they have been a great resource. So those are kind of the two positions that I wanted to talk about and do from my experience of working with the team members and matching with clients. And then I'm going to let JC and Trevor share a little bit about their experience before they open it up with questions. So which one of you wants to go first?
I'm here. I'll go.
Okay.
So for me, the target, first of all, I use the VAs for my pressure washing and holiday lighting company. So the target was to replace my wife as the coordinator, the person who answers the phones, does the estimates, does all the stuff, the admin things inside of our operating systems, schedules the jobs, communicates with clients, dispatches the team, invoicing, follow up, all the daily operation type stuff. Anyway, we started basically with a small list of things to do, and we made it very practical as far as training wise goes. We used a Loom, and basically it's just a recording system. So if we're on our computer and we take an onboarding call, we recorded ourselves answering the phones, our script, how that works. And we just categorized each, I guess, training, I'm missing the words here, training platform. So we would have answering the calls, then we would have follow-up, we would have doing estimates for driveways. We would put all of that into a video, a short 2-minute video. And then basically, I mean, it took us a long time to put that all together, but once it's done, she has a constant thing she can go back to and make sure that she understands how to do everything that is in her job description. And it worked out really well for us. It took us about 1.5 months to get that done, but once it was done, it's pretty amazing. And all I can say about VAs is, actually, I really hate the term VA because she's not a virtual assistant at all. She's part of our team. We've actually built her into our branding. I sent her a picture of one of our billboards that showed all of our team's faces, and she actually cried. So these people are loyal. She's from the Philippines. They're loyal. They just want to be part of something. They value personal growth way more than Americans do. They really do, man. They want to be part of something, and she's just been an incredible gift to us. Within, I'd say, 2 months, she completely runs the operations of our company. I find myself, similar to JC, just wondering, what am I going to do today? It's like, I don't even know what to do anymore with my time. So all I do now is build out the operations and the systems and the procedures, and kind of, map out the company. What do you think?
I love it. No, that was exactly what I was looking for. Yeah, you
Kinda
described
stumbled
it
my
so
way
well.
around through that. I don't know if I described it well. I stumbled my way through it.
No, they, like you said, their work ethic and desire to be a part of the team and want it to grow from the very beginning is so much different and so much value. And they are just a part of a team. That's what I said. I hate the word assistant, and I keep trying to I just messaged Shine again. I was like, we're never using the word assistant again.
So we actually call her title is lead coordinator. And that's exactly what she does. She coordinates everything for us. I'm working, my next VA that I'm working on is someone to take over all of my content creation and graphic design. And this one's kind of a bigger decision because this person is a very highly skilled, trained individual. So the rate is significantly higher. You think about virtual assistants, and you start at $7 an hour. This is not that. This is much more. So it's more of a decision for sure. But I think if you can come up with basically, what's it called when you have the grid where you love it, you're good at it.
Yeah.
What's that called? I know you know what I'm talking about. I know you've done it before.
I forget the name of it. I use that I use a different
People
one, so I
analyzer,
think you
people
just sent it
analyzer.
just- okay.
Yeah, so we're doing a people analyzer and we're figuring out the things that we're good at, that we like doing, the things we're good at, but we don't like doing. And we're just slowly removing the things we don't like doing away from us and trying to hand it off to virtual assistants, because quite frankly, I thought that having somebody in the room next door was going to be the best way to do it. So I could say, hey, you know, Heather, I need you to get this done for me. Turns out it's not. It's really not. That's just distracting. These people are so good at getting a job done, and you give them a deadline and they're going to do it. I haven't run into somebody who hasn't followed through yet. So it's just nice. Once you build the platform on how to communicate with them, that's when everything seems to flow really well.
Yeah, absolutely. Once you get that relationship and how to communicate, which is what we try and facilitate as well. Who has any, before we chime in with more comments, does anyone have any questions about what we've shared?
Well, what's the normal cost, like general rate for these people to work? And I guess, like, what's the if you wanted to, you know, you're working on something, wanted to send them an email, what's the time difference from when they're like regular 9 to 5?
Yeah, that's a great question. So all of our team members work the hours that they're, like, when I say US hours or Canada hours, in the time zone that the business that they're in. So Dave for Collaborate is in a different time zone. Those people work in the Phoenix time zone. We have clients on the East Coast. And then it also depends on the business owner. So most of the people we place in home service that are in an office position work the hours of the office. So if that's 7 to 4, 8 to 5. Some people with executive assistants, especially people that have more than one executive partners, will, like, I know JC starts earlier. I have people that start earlier because I want that jump start in the morning. So an executive team member might start at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. You know, I have somebody starting early, like when I wake up, and then they're tiered throughout the day. So that time difference is up to you. Trevor kind of alluded to this. The cost is really based on, and that's something we can visit about, but the cost is based on their skill set and what you're looking for. So if they are super skilled, so like ours range from, like, my highest level of skill that I was talking about the other day is my brother has an accounting firm. I have several people with US accounting firms, and they have CPAs that are certified CPAs and are rock star knocking out US tax returns all by themselves. They can review. I mean, they might have high level reviewers here, but that's a very, like, lots of schooling, lots of certification. They're replacing a $150,000, $200,000 person here. So that cost is different. And if you're doing like a high content video editor, or it's just different based on the different skills. It's also different based on, and one skill set specifically is that sales, I would say answering the phone. Somebody can be a rock star at all the back end, like Trevor's talking about, but if you want someone that is answering the phone and is trained like in your dialect and is trained in moving them through a sales process, then that's a little more expensive as well.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so for me, I've got the two different VAs. The one VA is, like I said, my coordinator. So her day starts at about 10 p.m. her time. So she's working through the night, and we haven't had any issues. We use Slack to communicate throughout the day, and that includes phone calls. We make phone calls through Slack, video conference. If she has any issues, she'll communicate through it with us through that. But for the most part, she knows what her day looks like and what her job description is, and we just trust her to get it done. And I can tell you this, our 5-star reviews have tripled since she started, because she's more on top of it than my wife was. Quite frankly, we operate 3 businesses, so we were kind of, running out of time. But as far as efficiencies, if you lay out exactly what you expect, you can expect to get that. Right, JC?
I love
Yes.
that. Yep. JC,
Hello,
I'm going to let you share a little bit on your experiences.
I have a quick question here. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So I know you're talking about like the price is based on their experience and everything, but let's just kind of pretend some kind of base or startup price here. Let's say somebody that's going to do some CRM management, calling customers back and scheduling the appointments, asking for a review request or something like that, like for a roofing company, working maybe 6 hours a day, 5 days a week. What do you think just ballpark is the price? I mean, doesn't have to be exact, because I know there's probably a lot of variables, but just give me a ballpark estimate if you can.
So I'll give you some tiers on that and why we do full-time right after this. I'm going to pull up that chart. I'm going to let JC share his experience first, and then I promise I'll answer that.
All right, we're just doing virtual assistant experience. Sorry, I was on another call.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. So I've been using virtual assistants for the last probably two and a half years, and I've gone the route of trying to do it myself and trying to find something on onlinejobs.ph, which was an absolute disaster, nightmare. And I'm on my 5th virtual assistant now, and I love them. I love them when you actually work with them. You can't expect to hire a virtual assistant and they're just going to know what you need done and get it done. I tried that and I failed miserably. And Alex, my current EA, who's an absolute rock star, when I first hired, we're in the busy season of Christmas lights, and I just said, just go post on social media, just go do what you're good at. And she didn't really know what to expect, because I just let her run wild, and that wasn't fair to her. And once things slowed down and her and I actually had a conversation, and I was able to figure out what she is, a rock star, what her superpower is, then she was able to shine and do the things that she felt confident doing, and was a huge benefit to the team. I did give her a lot of room to, what's the word I want to use? To like have her be able to express herself and the things she wanted to do in our postings. And it was the best thing I ever did, because if I had told her exactly what I wanted and expected things to only be done that way, half the stuff that we put out would just be mediocre. And when I tell her, like, I want something done, I just give her an idea. She comes back and it's like 100 times better than I envisioned. And that not only excites her because she feels good about what she's doing, but inspires her to want to do more and grow with our team. The nice thing about, just because in the Philippines doesn't mean they don't have to be involved with your office and your team like that. Like, they communicate with Slack with our team. Alex was the rock star of the month back in November, I think it was, maybe December. So we integrate them as much as we can remotely into our team, so they feel valued. And that just goes a long way for them, because they're going to want to do more for you and want to just be part of your team, like, long term. And just like I tell anybody that we hire, you can either get a job where you're here for a temporary portion, a couple months, a year, or you can have a career with us. And that really just, they want to work. They want to work with you. They want to grow with you. So it's very important for you or whoever's working with them to make sure that you treat them fairly and like they're here and that they're valued amongst what they're doing. But I have an executive VA. I've got a video editor. I've hired them for social media posting. I've done quite a bit of everything. I've got a VA now that's working just for our mastermind group. So you're really not limited to anything that you can hire a VA for, other than having to be there physically doing like hands-on work with you. So the price point is absolutely incredible. I mean, my EA can run circles around both my office staff, like, not even joking. Like, if I could just give her all the tasks, I would, but I'd feel bad because the people at the office would hate me. But like, they're really capable of doing a lot of amazing things. So once you hire them, invest the time with them, and then you'll see the returns. And that's all I got.
Thank you. I know you had to be quick, so thanks for chiming in and sharing on that.
Yes.
I will get to some of the pricing at the end. I'm still pulling something up on that because I kind of wanted to go off of what Trevor said too. But does anyone have any other questions on virtual assistants?
I can tell you where the pitfalls are, because we discovered that pretty quickly, and just from discussing it with other people, I've realized, where you'll fail if you hire a VA and you don't know what that person's job description is going to be yet, you're going to build resentment between both of you. So just be prepared when you do make that transition. And for me, we did it in tiers. Like I was trying to explain it earlier. I think I fumbled through it, but we did it in tiers. So in the beginning, it was, these very simple tasks. And basically we're paying her $7 an hour at the time. We gave her a 50-cent raise since then. So that gives you an idea there, but she started with those simple tasks. And once she felt comfortable, and I told her to move at your own pace, because at $7 an hour, I mean, that's just to answer the phones, I'd be happy. Right. But once she accomplished that, we put another training plan together on how to do the estimates. Once she felt really good about that, we would release another piece of the puzzle. Right. And so we just did it piece by piece by piece. And we kept expecting her to, say, okay, I can't handle anymore, but that wasn't the case at all. 2 weeks would go by and she'd be like, okay, what else can I do? And then we would start, she's now tracking our KPIs and doing our data entry, which is a job in itself. So it's just, you find out that if you ease into it, it works out better, but you need to be prepared and have a full job description for them before you do it.
Yeah, that's a great point, Trevor. And that's kind of a bridge that we help gap so that there's help in that gap. So there's not that frustration of what is your process? Do you have a well-documented process and playbook? And if you don't, and they're not replacing an existing position and you're bringing in a new admin position, then how do we help you as they take on those new roles? We help them create that playbook for you. So if you didn't have the process documented in a well-documented, we like calling them playbooks instead of processes, it seems a little more fun, that they'll document that process for you. So in case something happens to them, I mean, they are, like he said, very loyal and we expect them to be your team member for a long time, but in case something happens to them or their role expands and you promote them, that someone can easily take over everything that they're doing because the process is so well documented. That's so true, Trevor. So, I mean, some people get, and this goes for a virtual assistant or somebody in your office. You think you hire someone and they're just like, just take over.
Hiring a virtual assistant is almost like, or preparing to hire a virtual assistant, I should say, is almost like building a business plan. I mean, you don't realize how helpful this process is going to be for you until you get through it. And then you realize, oh, wow, I now have a fully mapped out job description for that very intricate person. And so what I've discovered is I'm now taking that into every role that we also own a real estate company, right? So every role in all of the companies that we own, we're now implementing that same process to help train our staff and to train ourselves. And the really beautiful part about it, I'm so proud of her for doing this. Zoe has now started making those videos herself. So if she's added a new system or a new process, she's really stepped into that role as the lead coordinator. So she'll add a process, she'll run it by me and say, hey, what do you think about this? I'm like, that's brilliant. That's great. And so she will actually make a training video on how to do that thing. That way, because she's fully on board with the concept of scaling, which is our main focus. We want to scale as quickly as possible. So she understands that. And that part of that process is that everything is mapped out. So she's actually helping us do that as well, which is pretty incredible.
Yeah, that's awesome when they're bought into that. And if you don't have these processes or all these things sound foreign that Trevor and I are talking about, because we've done more and more home service businesses, that's another advantage of having them be a part of a community, right? So when you get a new VA that's going to be an admin in your home service business and they get to be part of a tribe every day of other people that are admin in home service businesses, and we can equip them with the tools. And I love as it's building, like we know, and they can help each other. So somebody comes on and they go right into what software are you using? Are you using Responsibit? Are you using Jobber? Or, what software are you using? And then they can partner with somebody who is already like an expert in those and has went through those and really already uses Responsibit. And so they have like a running mate already with them. And so they can come a little more equipped. And I would say on the software side of things too, I don't know if you think that, Trevor, they become so much more efficient at whatever programs you're using than anyone in your office or you, right? So many times we are using softwares that are designed to help our businesses be more efficient, but we don't have time to learn all of the things they would do for us. And so we're not using them correctly, nor is anyone in our office, because we haven't taken the time to learn them, nor have we allowed anyone in our office to say, you know what, why don't you take 2 days and figure out everything that this CRM can do for us and how it can make us more efficient. And somehow we let VAs do that, or we tell you that we're like, hey, it's really best if you put them through the 2-day training program of this software so they know the ins and outs of it and they'll be able to use it more efficiently for you. I promise you'll get a better ROI out of your entire business. So
Yeah.
those are some intricacies that can help too.
Yeah, I
On
think
the
that.
pricing,
Go ahead.
I'll
Go ahead.
chime in.
Sorry.
On the pricing, Trevor was right. I had to make sure. I was like, is our pricing in line with that? So like he said, $7 to $8 an hour. And like I said, we do different than just throwing them to you and you being on your own with the VA. So we stay part of the mix and culture and providing things for them and providing resources for them. So our VAs our assistants that start in the office usually start at $1,500 a month. And that is a full-time package that you get them 40 hours a week and that you get that team-based approach. It depends on exactly what you need when you're saying like, I want a ballpark, because a lot of people have a higher tiered one because they're like a QuickBooks Pro. So now they're saving money, like they eliminated, using their accountant for bookkeeping and are saving that with QuickBooks or things. So it varies depending on that skill set, but Trevor was in line on that.
Yeah, I was just going to piggyback on what you were saying earlier. You made a good point. I feel so much more comfortable just saying, hey, take the next 3 days and figure that out, because it's not going to break the bank. But if I had somebody for $16, $17, even $18 an hour sitting in my office, and I'm constantly looking over there saying, what's she doing? what are they doing? Are they being productive? Are they making me money? Because they have to, but that 7, 8, 9, even $10 an hour rate, you feel much more comfortable saying, hey, I've been wanting to figure this out for a long time. Do you mind digging into this for me? And I mean, our VA has changed our phone system because she had time to dig into it. She's changed our voicemail system. She's added categories in our jobber account and our things that you just, you're like, I got to get this done, but there's no way I'm going to be able to do it. Well, she's doing it. And it costs me very little. And she's more efficient because she has 2 college degrees. It's and quite frankly, she's more committed than any American sitting in my office would be. She's not punching the clock, clocking in and clocking out. She wants to be here for a long time. I sent her, every VA trainer on the planet says a red flag is if they ask for a computer or, anything like that. Well, I sent her a brand new laptop anyway. I sent her a Mac computer just because I wanted to communicate that I want you to stick around for the long haul. And she reciprocated. She doesn't want to go anywhere. They consider this a very good career opportunity, and I'm grateful.
I have a couple of questions, if I may.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, is this kind of the pay, I guess, or let me see if I can ask you this a better way. You guys are kind of like the bridge of connection between us contractors and these VAs, in a sense, like you guys connect them to us, and then we take over from there. Basically, the training, everything is done by us, right? Or you guys actually train these people that are ready to do the job? How does it work? And also the other question is this kind of like I guess it's going to be a 1099 pay, right? Is it like a subcontractor? And who do we pay? Do we pay them directly, or we pay you as the company that's serving as the bridge?
So with my company, Trevor and I do it a little bit differently. Trevor got his assistant before we even met. But my company does it the way that we serve as a bridge, and we take care of them, which does increase the loyalty and the different factors that I said. They get to be part of a community and a tribe that isn't just part of being part of your company. They get to be part of, you know, a tribe of people doing the exact same thing that are in the Philippines and are admins for different companies around the US and Canada, and have a resource of people doing the same thing. So in that case, you pay our company a fee, just like you'd be paying your accountant. So you pay us a monthly fee, and then we take care of your person. So we are always here for you to help. And then, like I said, different one-off things, like you might ask your admin and say, hey, we need a website change. And so she's going to find somebody internal on our team that's a website developer and help you with your website. So you get like a lot of extra benefits that way in working with us as a team. We help you in the training process. You need to know, like, every person is different and has their own software and their own things. So we help you with that. And help with that training process. Like the first home services businesses that I offloaded were actually in my community. So I went and sat in the office and was like, how do you make this office not paperless? I don't know. You have a mess. But otherwise, you know, then we turn that over to you. And it's kind of, we're helping you make sure you get them onboarded correctly, but you're training them in their role that's specific for your business. But they come equipped with skills that you want, though, as well. Like if you're wanting a bookkeeper, they are a certified QuickBooks Pro and know exactly what they're doing in US or Canada taxes and accounting. So
Yeah.
it's kind of a mix.
So like we give you guys the parameters of how we want that person or what we need in that person. You actually give us kind of like a few candidates that we can interview or something, and then we choose the right person or the person that we think is right, and then from that point forward we work with them directly, I guess.
Yes, then they're your one-on-one team member. Correct.
Are they usually what is the ratio of people being loyal and long-term compared to the ones that are just, because that will be a huge problem if we start investing time in somebody that, even though it's cheaper compared to compared to a local person here in the US, but still, you know, if they're not gonna last around, it's gonna be very, very big problem.
They're much more loyal than people in the US. Okay.
Let me take that one, Angela. So this is the biggest misconception I had when I started this process. My mindset was, how am I going to train this person? Man, this is going to take forever. What am I going to do? But what you're really doing is you're learning the training process yourself. Once you fine tune the training process and you actually have it down in writing with a set of videos to go with it, you're less concerned about loyalty. Because let's just face it, if my coordinator left tomorrow, give me 2.5 weeks with somebody in that new training platform that I have, and I'll be able to replace her. Would I want to? No, but I could. And so it's a mindset shift that you have to have. You have to change it from, okay, I don't want to put all this time into this person. You need to invest in yourself and your training platforms first, and make sure it's the McDonald's philosophy, right? Everybody's replaceable if your systems are in order. This is the same kind of deal. And I hate to say that because it sounds horrible, but it's true. You have to protect yourself and have all your training mapped out, and constantly it's an organic, living, breathing training plan that you have to constantly adjust.
So we're a small business here that we've never had any assistance. We do everything like here ourselves. In order to train somebody like that, that's a system that's repeatable, would you guys recommend, I heard you're talking about videos, or would it be okay to kind of like, you know, once we hire the person, be with them on the phone and say, okay, well, we're going to talk about the CRM, open it up in your computer, and this is how we're going to start, and blah, blah, blah. We actually go over by phone or however we communicate? Or is it just better to, like you're saying, just record a lot of videos for every step of the process of everything that we're doing and send it to
I
them?
was like, so many people have
Yes.
questions. I'm going to answer yours, and then we've got to get to Noah and then Nick.
Okay.
Get
Sorry
on
about
another one at 2:30. But I'll let Trevor answer too. a lot of people, you do the videos, but then a lot of people are on live going through stuff. Like we recommend being on Zoom. They're on Zoom, you're on Zoom, that you're going through things and spending time together live as well.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Noah. Oh,
Go ahead.
Trevor.
I was gonna
Okay,
say,
go ahead.
just to answer really quickly, yes, document every little process that you do. I mean, you might think that taking the phone calls is a small deal, but it's not. They're very humble people and they're nervous about every detail about what they do. So you just want to make a short, it's called Loom, Loom. It's a video recording system. So when you're at your desk and you're about to do something that you want somebody else to do, you hit record and you do it and you walk that person through it as if they were sitting right next to you, even though they're not. Even if you haven't even just started the process of hiring somebody, start the process of making the videos, and you're going to find out if you organize those in an Excel spreadsheet with titles, video, and then video length, you're going to find out that you're more prepared than you thought you were.
All right, awesome. Thank you,
Noah's
guys.
next. Noah, Nick, and then David Hamill. Go ahead, Noah.
Hey, so I jumped into the meeting a little bit late, like 10 minutes late, so this might have already been covered. But Angela, what's the name of your company and how do we move forward? Like if I want to look for a VA, what are my next steps moving forward?
Yeah, my company is called Unique Genius Virtual Assistants, and reach out to me. I mean, I'm in the Facebook. I'm one of the admins of Collaborate Live. And so just reach out to me in Facebook and we'll set up a conversation.
Okay. And are all of your virtual assistants based in the Philippines?
Most of my are based in the Philippines. We have some in Kenya as well.
Okay, cool. That's all for me. Thank you.
Yes. Nick.
Oh yeah, I was just like I have a VA as well. I was gonna, as Lewis was talking there, Trevor already mentioned Loom, but yeah, with my VA, I'll send her a Loom, and then we have like a template for SOPs, and I'll be like, okay, this is what I want in the SOP. Just do a quick Loom of it, and then she'll take screenshots and add it all in, send it back to me, and I'll be like, yeah, looks good, add it to the SOP folder. So we have like over the winter time, because we slow down, I got her to I was like, everything you do, put into an SOP and then send it to me. And if you need to change, we'll revise it. And I kind of give her like the encouragement that we're a growing business and we want you to grow from this position. So eventually we want you to hire and have people under you that you will use these SOPs for. So when they come on, you can just refer to that for them. So yeah.
Love it.
David.
You said that it was $1,500 a month for a 40-hour-a-week person. What if you only want, can you do like a 20-hour-a-week one to start off with? You don't think you're going to need full time, or?
So we do place some part-time people in roles that are project-based. So for example, I have a couple people that share a graphic designer. So they have a graphic designer, social media person, and they wanted to share it with somebody else, and it's 20 hours a week. That works because they're required to know that this is a project-based thing. You're going to have to turn in the graphic designs and stuff you want at the beginning of the week. And there's this much turnover, but that's about what they're going to work for you. People that want an office manager or an executive assistant, I highly recommend to start at the full-time role and to give it at least a month. And then if you're really not happy with that and don't think, then we can back it off, but you're never going to understand the magic of being able to work with them the way you should be able to work with them if you can't work with them during your entire workday. And you will, like Trevor said, roll things out in tiers. You'll roll something out and then you'll suddenly discover new capacities that you have. So you'll probably start doing things that you weren't doing before, like follow up with clients. When he's saying he has, more 5-star Google reviews, it's because you are now able to put more processes into place with client communication or with team member communication, things that you didn't have the capacity to do before that you now have the capacity to do. And if you have a part-time person, the people in the Philippines, they need to be employed full-time. And I want you to have the magic of them, like Trevor had said, being completely dedicated to you and your business and not being dedicated and torn between growing two different businesses.
So if we have something, we say we need somebody that can do our social media for us, can be the graphic designer, but also understands Google Docs and all that kind of stuff to build spreadsheets and knows House Call Pro. We tell you that's what we need, and you go find somebody that can do what we need.
Yep. And a lot of times they might be the Google Sheet expert, and then we train them, or they have a team member that's like coming right alongside them that is like the graphic like somebody might be doing your graphic designing templates that's gets to know you, but is like then working with a graphic designer to get you that, because often those two are not in the same skill set. And as long as you're doing like basic social media, basic graphic designing, I mean, Trevor's doing a little bit different thing with pushing out massive content, but as long as it's like normal business graphic, whatever, you can do all that with one person.
And I'm assuming most everything is undone by email, text, whatever, because they're on total opposite time zones as us.
They're on opposite time zones, yes, but they work your office hours. So like I communicate mostly with mine. Trevor uses Slack. I use WhatsApp. I mean, we talk and text all day. Talk, text, Zoom.
So, I mean, we really do treat our VA like a part of the team. So, I mean, it almost feels like they're with us all day long because we communicate throughout the day. It's not like a text. For some reason, when you're using Slack, you feel more like a team because you're tagging team members. So my wife now operates as the vice president. So she's kind of there to back her up if something happens. So she will tag her and have a question. Yeah, Slack's fantastic.
So I just want to mention something too, Dave. If you're thinking about what they can do as well, like my VA, like even down to like every time we get a tip that comes through, we'll have her like, shout out the tip in the WhatsApp group. At the end of the day, she'll go through like, how many new customers came in today, how many new prospects came in today, like all the KPIs. So I kind of like split my VA into shifts. She'll work the morning with us, and then she works the night where she does all the KPIs and all. So yeah, she gets like how many phone calls we had in the day, how many missed phone calls we had in the day. She just gives us a report of the missed phone calls so we can follow up on them, because if you're missing a lot of calls, they're leaving money on the table. And what else does she do? Like I get a full report every day of the day before. I get a weekly report of how the week was. I get a monthly report of how the month looked. So then I can start comparing these numbers back towards last year. And it helps for team growth too, because if you can show it to your management team, it's like, all right, last year we did $3,000 on this day. This year we did $8,000. Awesome, killing it. Or last year we did $10,000 on this day. This year we only did $1,000. Let's step it up a little bit. It's like you get these awesome reports from them. So there's just so many things you can get them to do once you kind of get creative. So I'm not sure how you run your office or anything like that, but those are some of the things that I started out with at the beginning. And now just this morning, we had a window cleaning competition for our guys to see who could clean the window the fastest, and realized that we didn't really make an SOP for this. So I was like, okay, next time we need an SOP, wrote it in a quick email, sent it to her. She's going to make it all up into the document, send it back to me. We're going to go over it with the team. So the next time we run by the rules. And yeah, so just, little stuff like that would take you a long time, but because you have them, it is like a superpower. You can literally send them a 2-second, get them to do so much stuff. And the best thing about them is they absolutely want to do it. It's like, if you ever had an office person that's like, oh, you want me to do that? They're like, yeah, we can definitely do that. Like, we'd love to do that. Thank you, sir. Like, have a great day.
Yeah.
Like, I with my kids, she sent me pictures of her kids. Like, it's great. Yeah.
So I have to hop off, you guys. Dave, hop back on to like take it from me.
Thanks,
Trevor,
Angela.
Nick, you guys have been great. If you still chime in, but if anyone has any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me, and Dave will wrap it up. If you have not already registered for Collaborate Live in Arizona,
do it.
Register.
Thanks, Angela. See ya.
I'm hopping off.
Hey man, I hopped off and Nick showed up and Dave showed up. It's good to see you guys. Looks like we had a 20-point winner for Best Roofing Now. So congratulations. We'll add 20 points to their leaderboard.
Thank you.
What did I miss? You guys have a good time? Did Angela bring it? She brings some good info?
Yep, it was good.
Always.
Who's going to go out and hire a VA? Yeah, we're actually literally, that's what we're talking about in our meeting right now while you guys were doing this, is adding to our VA network. So if you don't have them in your business, they are fantastic. They're wonderful, nicest people ever, right, guys? All right, guys, good hanging out with you today. JC, I'll see you in Nashville next week. My wife Marilyn wants to say hello to you. There you go. All right, good seeing you guys, and we'll see you guys next week.
Dave, I've got one quick question before you drop off.
Sure, what is it?
We're on our Christmas lights, you did our SEO on that. We're looking at changing our name just because we were Illuminate Lynchburg and we're moving into doing 2 towns now. And we're going to change to something else. Anything I need to be wary of?
You're going to
whole
keep
new
the
website.
same website, you're just changing the name? Or is the website's Illuminate Lynchburg?
Yeah, but it just points to our all washed up website.
Oh,
We
yeah.
are- I am getting a whole new website though for it. We want a free website to Clipicon event, so we're gonna get a whole new website made up just for it.
Okay.
I need to-
That's something, I got Travis sitting right next to me. We'll chat about it and I'll shoot you an email. So you're going to what city?
Roanoke.
Nachos.
And I didn't know how to do like Illuminate Roanoke and Illuminate Lynchburg. I don't want two, that's too confusing. So we'll come up with something like, my other 2 companies are all sealed up and all washed up, so maybe we'll do all lit up, but that's not available as URL. So maybe all lit up va.com or something like that we could do.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to look into your website stats and kind of see, what kind of traffic you're pulling in and stuff. Because when you change it or disrupt it or move it, you definitely risk losing something. You might want to add something more than change it or move it. But I'll look into that and shoot you an email. Cool.
Okay.
Great question though.
Okay. Appreciate
All right,
it.
guys. Have a great day. Enjoy your
Hey.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
See you guys.